Andrew Tate is on pace to launch one of the first revenue sharing tokens that has really been seen by any sort of influencer, especially on the type of scale that him and his community are at. He's got around 500,000 students within the real world, from my understanding. And essentially, what he's launching is going to be a token that by owning the token, you're receiving profit share from the business and what it creates in revenue every single month. Does that sound familiar? Obviously, like this is an idea that I think ideas are not some internal thing that people just conjure in their own minds. It's something that our brains receive. When the telephone was first being invented, there was two people working on the telephone in completely different areas in the world at the exact same time. Same with the atomic bomb. And so when it comes to ideas, it's important to act fast because if you have had the idea, it is more likely than not that somebody else has received that same idea and they are your competition. So hindsight's always 2020. Would have been nice to have reached out to the Tates and see if there was some work that we could have done together. But nonetheless, this still is encouraging for the space because once they launch that token, they have the name and they have the intelligence to not make it some fluke where they're just trying to pull money out of the market. They will have a token that is consistently giving profits to each of the holders. So this is pretty cool. There's a video breaking down a little bit more as far as exactly what they're looking to do, which just so you guys can see the video, I'll go ahead and do a shout out real quick. It's called Exposing Andrew Tate's $1 billion crypto scheme. It's by this guy across the Rubicon, but essentially he actually did like the project. This is just a name to obviously bait people into clicking the video. For, whatever reason, it seems negative titles tend to catch more attention. So, it's a play on his part. Can't knock him for it. But yeah, the video is there that kind of breaks down more so as to what the project holds. Now, he's obviously already in the works of getting his token set up. It sounds like it's going to be a legit meme coin or cryptocurrency token. I don't know really the classifications. What I'm trying to say, though, is it's not going to be an ERC 721 from my understanding. It's not going to be NFTs. These will be tokens that operate very similar to other meme coins, aside from the fact that, again, they do have the profit sharing, which I need to finish watching that video I just showed you guys. I got about halfway through, but I want to learn how they're actually doing the fund distribution mechanism, whether that's going to be in ETH, whether that's going to be in USDC, whether that'll be in something else. It'll be interesting to see. But the thing is Andrew is doing this for his business. Now, this is something that we'll obviously do for many other business owners as well. But one of my first ideas behind this, or I wouldn't say first ideas, but one of the ideas I had behind working with influencers, especially ones who teach other people, is allowing their community and their platform to use the same technology. So that way, let's say for Andrew Tate's example, he's got a student that, he starts doing copywriting, he starts crushing it, and now he's got his own team that he's managing that's generating revenue. They could also launch one of our tokens, something similar to what they're doing already with the real world. And now people within the real world are able to buy into the student who's doing well. They're able to buy into their token. So essentially, again, this is going to be a way that I like the way that the guy who recorded the video on Andrew Tate's project put it. It's almost like taking your company public, except you're doing it on the crypto chain rather than through Wall Street and, the major investors who, are typically going to buy companies that come on market. So it's I don't know how I feel about it. Like obviously, I don't think Andrew Tate like saw one of my YouTube videos and was like, "Oh, fuck this guy, let's go and do this." It's been a project I think he's been working on for a little bit, but I am just like I had this idea back in 2022, didn't do really much with it, didn't really do anything with it. So own fault, but there's still plenty of opportunity, especially heading into 2025. I think it'll be prime for being able to sell things on blockchain where people don't have to convert their crypto into, USD or something else that's going to extract a fee. They can just pay directly with the crypto to buy tokens, to buy NFTs, and start investing in people, communities, et cetera, et cetera. So again, bittersweet sentiment on it. It is a positive sign as far as the outlook of crypto, but this also does mean we're going to have to move relatively quickly because as more people start doing this, there will be more regulations. And currently, there isn't really much. Laws are still catching up to the crypto game, which that's a very good benefit for us because it doesn't mean we're going to be impeded by a lot of the red tape that exists for a lot of traditional methods. So we really, really need to get locked in on getting our stuff set up. And a strategist's main strength is understanding out of all the limitless opportunities and possibilities that they could take action on, what specifically they need to do right then, right there at the moment to meet their goals. And so our goal is obviously going to be tokenizing real world assets and putting them on chain. I've got an ambitious goal, but I'm going to aim for $81 million in tokenized assets by the end of next year. So we're going to have to be strategic with that, but partnering with the right people, I think it's definitely possible to raise that type of money, especially if you're partnering with people who have networks with a lot of capital, especially in the crypto space. So, as far as what we're working on, I know we've been juggling between, the lending contract, the flight pass contract, which all cool ideas, don't get me wrong, but the thing that we really need to focus on getting operational is going to be what we're going to sell to business owners. So I think I'm very confident. I mean, it just makes sense to work with me as far as my buddies in the construction field. So I need to get that project done as well done as I can, because that will be the stepping stone to start to be able to work with other people, where I look to work with someone who is an expert in the field of roll-ups, which will be massive given all the baby boomers who are selling their businesses. But we'll be working with someone to teach roll-ups, and we'll launch an RWA for them. We'll be working with people in the franchise business and launching an RWA NFT around those areas as well. So there's a lot of things that I am planning on doing, and I still do want to do the jet thing. I think the jet thing would be a pretty fucking cool thing. I think we can do it in 2025 as well, but that would most likely be a project that we do later in the year. I got to call my guy about it, because I want to partner with someone who obviously already has experience working with chartering companies, but I want to call him, kind of get a timeline or at least an idea of when we might be able to do something, because currently with Vivint, the next payout is going to be in January, and I feel like that's like very slim to try to do what we're trying to do. I mean, who knows? We'll see. But my main thought process is on getting this what's it called? This token launched for my friend, and getting their platform set up so that they can have their educational stuff going, as well as doing the revenue sharing with the people who buy the NFTs. So we've got our work cut out for us. We definitely need to be pressing on the gas, but we're looking honestly really fucking good going into next year. So I'm pretty excited. But with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.